don't understand why that is saying that. Don't know why it's saying that. I hate things so much. When you what the fuck am I even looking for now? I've lost all common fucking concept. I don't actually know why this isn't working. No, I don't want to view the virtual camera. It's not even. No, that's there. The hell? Yeah, hello. Bear with me a minute. Right, have I actually got all this set up then? Is this all working? I assume it is. What the hell am I doing? Right. There really is no way to pause this stream, right? Well, fuck it, we'll have to do this all fucking, right. Get this over and done with, then I can be a little bit better. Okay. So, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to do a more in-depth introduction to what I can do. I want to go over a few bits and pieces that I have done, kind of roughly that kind of thing. To quickly go over a few bits and pieces, I am the co-admin of the Resident Evil 123 modding forums, which is the original game, not the new ones. I am one on bplace.net one, not the Tapatalk one, which is the original modding forum. We don't use that one anymore. It's regarded as the old one, and it's not where everybody hangs out anymore. We all hang out on the new one. I'm obviously the co-admin of the forum, like I said. Martin Biohazard/Dark Biohazard is the main admin. I'm doing the admin thing as more of a favour to him because he's my friend, so that's where my little backstory is. Doesn't need a boost. Is it? Maybe it's just that button. Hang on. Does it sound right? Can people actually hear me? Because there's going to be a lot of ranting soon. You can't barely hear me. Shit. Why the hell can you not hear me then? Can you hear... No? Yes? Anything? Hang on. I mean, it is on max inside of definitely needs a boost, right? Let me see what I can do. Don't know if I can. Set the balance there. Well, I don't know any of this shit. I don't do this stuff. No, that's the Wi-Fi. That ain't gonna work. Hang on. I can't be having anything easy. I've got to piss around with this thing. So, okay. This isn't helping. This is not helping at all. This is just speakers and muted, so I can't hear anything. High definition audio. Speakers. Let's get 100. Can't hear it all. Hold on. No, that's definitely not. Still nothing. I don't understand why this works. I can tell you just straight up before. Right, I'm going to try and do it right from here, which is right up to my bloody face. What about now? Still the same. God almighty. I don't know why it won't. Oh, what's that one up to? What if I put that one in? What if I enabled that? Does that work? Does any of this work? I mean, it says there it's on. Lock volume. I don't want to lock the volume. No, I don't want to lock the volume. Right, what properties? That doesn't help. What about advanced? Some stupid bloody thing I was looking at. Volume percentage. Right, I'll click that. No, nothing. Anything? I'm back at low volume. Oh, fantastic. Why won't you work? It's on 100%. I mean, this should work. In theory, it should bloody work. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to start here. Try to set everything up and I see doing it. I'm going to scream. Right, well, even if it's low, you can hear me, right? I really don't know any of these options. I'm not a bloody... I can make words out. That helps. No, I get it. But still low, I assume. God almighty. This looks right. It's not. I don't understand, right? Because I click on it and I can't do anything. All it lets me do is allow the access to it. Single speech. Infinite time. What the fuck? It's being... Find a setting. Hang on. Oh God, this is driving me nuts. Right. What's the going of this? Old gun's fucking all and sort of. Oh, okay. Right, I don't want to choose the output. Right, the microphone is there. Test your microphone. Oh, okay. Troubleshoot. Why is it troubleshooting me? No jack information available. Alright, okay. Okay. Well, what the hell? Right. I can see it's right there, but... No, it's all at 100%. I don't understand. See, I wonder if it's because I've got the jack in the wrong way around, but then that wouldn't make sense because then... Yeah, it does have one, but it's on the highest, I think. Just down there. It is on highest. Yeah, it's very different. talk into it, there's no problems, and it still won't fucking work. You know, what the hell is the bloody point of buying a bloody headset? It won't fucking work. But the fucking console is bad enough, and you get this shite. Right. I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know, does it even sound like it's getting better, or is it still staticky, or what? Otherwise I'm gonna be able to sat here with it on this flaming arm, like, tried to be seen for 12 bloody minutes, I've done nothing on it to start today. This is gonna be crazy, isn't it? Anything? Does it sound better, worse? Is it just static? Or is it fairly easy to read or hear? I've literally got it right up to my bloody face now. Oh, damn it. Oh dear. Pretty sure I've got it all jacked in correctly, because I mean it is using two bloody... Let's switch these around, right? Right. Now does it work? Is it even barely working? Or is it so low I'm just going to try to scream down the bloody thing? What about now? No? Oh, Christ almighty. I bloody hate these things, I really do. Except it, yeah, right. It's not working. Why the hell is this thing so bloody... I don't understand it. I really don't understand it at all. It's supposed to bloody work. It's supposed to pick up my voice, and apparently it can't bloody do it. So then, what is the fucking point? I mean, what? Oh wait, hang on, see, negative. Why is it always up to zero? Oh, hang on. What about now? Bring that to audio output in it. Maybe I haven't. Where is it now? Right, hang on. Let me just... Is it still low? Am I still like so low pitch that no one can actually hear me? Right. I can't explain this. Tap it, it picks it up. I sit here with it right next to my head and it doesn't pick it up. It only picks up the sound if it's tapping. What kind of bullshit is this? It's supposed to work. Point, let's try doing that. Not that one, right, hang on. Right, let me just try it then. Are you seeing me? Yeah. Okay. Let me try and add it again. So add... I will be audio input. Okay. Right. Put that in. Anything? Is it still the same? Is it still... Or is it actually working? It could be a bloody miracle considering this is me we're talking about here. God, does it have to be on this day? I get it all set up, I get ready to do this thing, and then it's bloody there, because it's like, it's saying it's pushing it up, it's just not bloody, it needs to be higher. Right, I don't know if that's done anything. It says the microphone's there, it picks it up, it's picking it up as Windows. It says it's using the microphone, I've removed it, put it back in. I don't want to use this house. Anything, if it's still raw, I still sound like I'm in the middle of a bloody cave somewhere. Let me just check around this thing. Get the bloody work. Try to get it distracted. The hell? No. So the thing is, I can't actually hear because everything's set to mute and I can't bloody hear a damn thing if it's working or not. So I don't bloody know why it's not gone any higher than that. Just around here. I don't understand why it's all the way down here. What I want to do is I don't expect the speakers to be muted because they wouldn't work anyway. So I don't need to do playback. No. Communication. No. Recording. See, it says that. Is it down at guys? Yeah, headset. Techniques in the mouth off the one sound. Do not please directly at the microphone. Right, okay. People dictate this computer says it's typing specific comments. Is this just me getting driven insane? Will it work on anything? and it's not picking anything else up. It's only... Whoa. I mean, it's picking it up. It's right there in the bloody corner. I just don't understand why it's so bloody low inside there. Like, what in the friggin' actual hell is going on? Christ, I've got bloody... How many people are actually watching this now? Probably want to know what the hell it is, and they can't fucking hear me. Is it better that way? Because it's right up against my bloody mouth. Hang on. Put it there. I notice it's going a lot longer than it is there, but then again, I don't know if it's working. Is it working? Am I getting anything? People listening? Does it sound lower, higher? Do I have to scream? I mean, it says it's configured. I mean, it's not saying it's configured there, but okay, I hate Microsoft. But I mean, it's picking it up. No, it's not even picking it up here now. Right, okay, that'll do. Fine, brilliant. Okay. Right. We'll just see how we go from there then, because obviously this is about as much use as I can get out of this piece of shit. Right. Okay, I'm going to have to do all this again, because guess what? Nobody's probably heard what I was going to say. Oh dear. So. Can't have any music, can't do anything. So. It's just me going over some bits and pieces. So. We'll get to the title in a minute, because that's going to be the fun part. I'm going to be tearing the shit out of this prick, because I've been wanting to do it for months, and I've got all the evidence to prick it all up and just tear it all apart, and then it's all going to be there in the open. So, I explained a little bit about the project that I've been doing to a lot of people, and they asked me, you know, what is it, what's the purpose of it, and one of the things that I always point out with this project that I've been doing now for 4 years is that it's to replace what we don't actually have anymore. We can't get it. Capcom themselves has said that, you know, they don't have the original assets. They don't have anything that they had from years ago. And obviously, one of the things that there was those pre-rendered environments from Remake. They said that they didn't have them. They had to do upscales from the original GameCube renders. And then from that point on, they just basically said they'd lost every single asset from the original games, so the first 3 games don't exist anymore in terms of art assets. So what I did with my friend Richard Mandel, that's his name, that's his alias that goes by on the internet, and as I go along with mine, we collaborated on this project, which is the Revisited project, which is to rebuild the entirety of all the old rooms from Resident Evil 3 as a public domain project, which is what it always was to begin with. It's what we intended it to be, and for the past 4 years it's at a point now where we've practically almost finished it. We've got the last 2 rooms of the part to finish up, and then it's onto the Dead Factory, and I know a lot of people have been wanting me to get there, and yeah, it's going to be there eventually. We're finally going to hit that point, and then there's still bits and pieces left. But like I said, over the past few months, you know, I've had this crazy fucking arsehole on the internet of all fucking places giving me shit for his this group. I'm not even going to mention their fucking name because they don't fucking deserve any fucking credit, because they are doing fuck all in terms of doing what we've done. It's in achieving everything that we've actually fucking done as artists in general. And basically they've been using my assets from the public domain project, which is there for everybody to use, so fair enough, we can go into fair use. We can say that, yeah, it's in the public domain, and we all know the mantra that, you know, if it's on the internet, anybody can use it. But the fact of the matter is, when you upload an entire set of art assets, you expect to at least be credited for those art assets, because you're the one who's putting all the fucking effort into it. You're the one that is basically pouring the blood and sweat and the passion that you fucking got for it into it. You've been doing this work for 12 fucking straight years, and then some prick comes along, like I have pointed out, and calls me a plagiarist. Now, I am going to point out every little inconceivable way that this is not true. I'm going to point out exactly which assets are mine, and then when this is all said and fucking done, and I'm finally done with it, and the mic has been dropped, the pin from the grenade is fucking thrown, and that's the end of it, then maybe I'll just start being a little bit more fucking happier than what I already have been. So, let's begin, shall we? So, just so we know, this is the prick's name. Yes, Robin Oliver. That's the only fucking credit you're getting, you fucking prick, and that's the only fucking thing you're gonna get from me, because that's as much as you're gonna get. So, let's start with this, shall we? The fucking prick had the no audacity to come out with, oh, I've modelled all these assets, your stuff is inferior, we wouldn't use your work, and it's fucking ironic, isn't it? Because this is a screen grab from one of his latest videos that he uploaded, a couple of months back? And, I mean, okay, this isn't the one I wanted to show, but I've got it all set up. Let's put it all in perspective, shall we? So, let's have a look. God, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? How it actually fucking matches up with mine. I mean, that's the same metal fence, they're the same fucking glass bloody windows, you know, this in the background's the same fucking texture, those are the same fucking lockers, and these are the same fucking bloody pieces of concrete that I fucking built. The only thing he's fucking changed is the fucking thing on the top, and as far as I'm fucking concerned, that's nothing, because the fucking light's the same fucking mesh and texture, they're the same mesh and fucking texture. In fact, the entire fucking mesh is the exact same fucking texture, and look at that, the fucking texture on the floor's the same. I mean, do I need to say any more about who is plagiarising fucking who at this point in mind? So no, let's just continue with this fucking observatory. I'm going to put my mic down, I'll put it back up in a minute. So, I pointed this out in a video. I pointed it out quite a long time ago. Get my back face coloring on just so I can see the building in general. Right, so I'll just put that back on. This is the Dairy Fresh Foods. You can all see that there. Everybody knows what the building is because everybody's played the third game. They've played it all the way through. Uncanny, brilliant. So that means you can hear me. Fantastic. So, this is how it frigging goes. This here isn't actually the font that Capcom used. So, I will just get up the render. I think it's actually in here. I think it should actually be in there. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's go in my project folder. Go into Area 3 Visitor. Go into the render. Yep, there they are. Right. So, God, what the hell would it be under? What was the very first starting area's number? I should know this. I bloody sat there for 4 years building the fucking thing. Let's see hall. Is it not actually here? Oh, well, that's just freaking fantastic, that, isn't it? Right. Where the hell is it? Oh, I know it's here. So as long as people can hear me, that's absolutely fucking fine, because I'm trying to figure out where I've put the renders. I can do the comparison, then you can see what I'm trying to get at with what I did. The only unfortunate thing is it's not in here. I don't understand why, because every single one of, unless I put it in here. Did I put it in with the actual texture files? Which were the, aha, that's why I couldn't find. Right, here we go. Brilliant, fantastic. This is what I wanted. Right, so, as you can probably tell looking at the original render, the font is absolutely different to the one that I actually used. Where is my render? There we go. So, this is the font I used compared to this font here. So, I'm going to give you a reason as to why my font is different. Because when I build these assets, because I know people are going to try and fucking steal them, and as it's been proven it has, I make defects in my work. In other words, I change things around that aren't actually in the renders, and I add my own little take on it. So in this sense, in this literal instance, I changed the font of the mesh I used for Dairy Fresh Foods. It's not the original font because I said I want it to be a defect, I want it to be different. So if any little shit decided to try and steal it and claim it as their own, I could prove it. So guess what? Oh look. It's impressive, isn't it? It's the exact same fucking font that I use. It's the exact same fucking mesh that I use. In fact, it is the exact fucking building. With fucking stuff added in and adjusted. And you know what? You can fucking get away with as much shit as they want, but I'm not letting them do it with this fucking problem. This is what's pissed me off the most. Oh, I didn't model it. No, I modelled this 4 years ago in 2017. The fucking windows are the same. The fucking font that I deliberately put in as a defect is the same. The fucking broken windows and glass over here match up exactly with the fucking thing that is shown here. It is using the same fucking textures. It is using the same mesh for the wall. It's using the same fucking everything. But apparently, I'm the plagiarist. I'm the one stealing work. And of course, the fucking lights are mine. Because it's exactly the same bend. It's the exact same fucking everything. Did I make them longer? Yeah. Like I said, I deliberately made little deliberations in how I build things. So the font's slightly different. It's totally different in this case. Sometimes I adjust it to be a little bit different in height. Sometimes I adjust it just for the font that's used. In terms of other interesting tidbits with this, defects can come in any form. It's why I deliberately put them in. So in terms of some textures that I've actually put in, they actually are only things that I would know. And this is the irony when I say this, because it's going to make people shit bricks when they start looking at this and realising that I'm actually being pissed off about it, because I'm the only one that knows where these defects are, because I'm the only one that's fucking built them. So now that we've got that under the way, kind of proving my fucking point that I have been trying to prove for months, oh, look at me, I modelled everything. You didn't fucking model anything. You took another artist's fucking work, who's been working on this project for 4 fucking years, and then claim it as your fucking own. Fuck off. You're not going to. I won't fucking let you. We'll go to that one in a minute. This is the one I want to go to next. This one's going to be so much fucking fun. I'm going to laugh at this. So, he claims he modelled it. Claims that he built everything. Oh, look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? Because it's exactly the same fucking texture. It's the exact same fucking font that I use on the fucking window. It's the exact same fucking bloody billboard texture that I fucking bloody made 4 years ago. Yes, you spotted the defect. Don't worry, buddy. You've spotted it perfectly. But as you can see, the textures are the same. In fact, the texture on the wall is exactly the same. The things underneath are in the exact same place. The texture for the bar thing, like I already pointed out, is exactly the same. And just so I like to do this with this building, because I'm especially crazy like that, I deliberately left a defect in where it's not actually a perfect straight cornered line. And that's actually in the same fucking thing as well. It's actually still got the defect in there. But again, I'm the only one that knows about the defect because I deliberately put it in. Oh dear God, it's pathetic. These people, they just think because it's on the public domain that it's there for them to take and take credit for. And I'm sorry, but I'm not letting them fucking do that anymore. It's pissed me off. So, here is another one that I have literally pointed out quite a lot of times. This barricade is the exact same barricade that they're using here. They've just changed the texture on the front of it. I mean, it's fucking exactly the same in terms of how I built it, in terms of how I've textured it. And like I said, there's only so far you can go before you just start seeing the bullshit start to rise up. And like I said, you can try and remove stuff, you can try and rescale the fucking roads to be longer, you can come up with this bullshit that you're a civil engineer. It doesn't mean shit to me because you didn't model these assets, I modelled the fucking assets. I sat there for 4 years now going with this project and built everything from scratch. I have the video evidence to prove it from the very first sets of streams of everything I've done. And I will continue to upload those as a middle finger to the prick who seems to think he can get away with stealing our work and getting away with it. Again, I won't let him do that. So, Let's continue onwards because I love showing this. Oh yeah, by the way, Papa John's wouldn't be in Raccoon City, you fucking idiot. Clearly somebody who doesn't understand how the fucking game universe works, because there wouldn't be one there. And I wouldn't be surprised if that whole fucking logo is pre, or shall we say post 1998, because somebody clearly can't fucking keep the timeline straight. Anyway, that's not the point I wanted to make with that one. That's just my own generally pissed off observantness of it all. So, what I'm going to show you is something else. No, it won't save it. So, not really a defect. I'm not interested in Papa John's. What I'm interested in is this thing right here, sat right down there. So, let's have a look, shall we? So this is, of course, Boutique Street. This is where the boutique... Oh, wait, what's this? And what's that? I mean... It's shocking, isn't it? I mean... It's using the same texture that I put in there deliberately. That's the same mesh. Hell, this is the same fucking mesh. It's just got shit removed to make it look like not mine at all. Because somebody clearly doesn't fucking know how to fucking model. Oh, what's this? Hang on. I found something else. Oh my fucking god, yes, I finally fucking found something I can use. Again, like I already knew. So if I remember correctly, this is actually a tag of a user I know. Let me check, because I know I did this for people. I can't even actually remember who the fuck it was as a tag now. It looks like Mortician actually. I think it might actually be him. The fact of the matter is... Yeah, exactly, Papa fucking John's. Let me just tell you, that's just pathetic. But no, anyway, it's just finally proving my point. That's my texture. That's a tag that I deliberately put in as a guy that I actually knew. And I'm pretty sure that does say Mortician. I'm pretty sure it was Morty that I put in there. And it's the same fucking texture. The tag is in the same fucking place. And apparently, I'm the plagiarist. God, thank Christ I had the foresight to fucking add tags and fucking defects everywhere to prove that everything is fucking mine. Because this is just becoming a complete shit show now. Proving again that, you know, I know what I fucking modelled. I know what I fucking done. And just so we're on the clear for all these other defects. All this stuff here on the wall, just a little history lesson. All this graffiti is actually names of users from the Resident Evil modding community that I know. Actually put them in there. It's not strange. This is what I mean. I deliberately put things in that only I would know, because I'd only know them because I'd put them in. And I'm proving even more shit that I didn't even see on the first glance. There's a fucking tag of a user that I know. I've put him on there because it was a tribute, because I wanted to make it more personal, because that's the sort of person I am. And this prick's fucking stolen it. He's fucking stolen it, claiming he's fucking done it. He fucking didn't model this. I fucking did. I got all the fucking evidence right here. Right, let's carry on with this shit show of a fucking artist. My fucking left testicle he is. Got more fucking creativity in my left testicle than his. Oh yeah, of course, the infamous main road to the RPD. Oh bloody hell, this one's gonna be a complete and utter shit show. Let's go then. What did I call it? Oh yeah, road to the RPD. That's right. We'll just stick with this one for now. I'll explain a bit more about this one in a minute. Right. Oh, yes, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, they'd actually have to know people, wouldn't they? They'd actually have to understand how people tag things. Fucking idiots, a lot of them. Right, so I'm going to point out a lot of this stuff, and then I'm going to put a little history lesson here. So, everybody knows that what Libux is. Everybody's played this game. Everybody knows what this is. Oh dear, where am I looking? Oh, look! It's Libux, the stolen version, mine, fucking right there. Like, you know, what the fuck are you trying to prove here with this? Like, oh, I'm an artist who can't model fucking anything. And the irony is, the fucking piss tit, the middle finger in all of this, is that he's got two versions of it on opposite sides of the fucking street, and there's only one Libux. It's only on one side of the street. And it's right fucking there, because that's where it originally is. That's where it should be. But then again, it comes to this one as well. This building in particular. So, let's go back to my evidence. You can see it right there, but we'll go back a bit. There's another one in there I need to point out, but look at that down there. I mean, I'm not trying to point things out, but what's my shit doing there? It's the same building. I mean, all these assets, I've just realised this is the actual different version, which I need to explain right now. Right, so, this is going to be a history lesson. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the original Resident Evil 3, the road to the RPD as I've called it, which is the straight road that Jill runs up, which is linked with Annandale Street in the game map, is actually not the same one that you actually go into in Resident Evil 3 after you've entered the RPD, because the RPD, when it comes up with the FMV of Nemesis entering for the first time, is actually using Resident Evil 2's version of Annandale Street, which you don't gain access to because it's only one render that you see, and that's the front gate that's locked, and that's the only access point you get. So when I found that out, I had to do a little bit of creativity with my own to make it slightly different. So in that case, what version have I loaded up? So that's the one we want. So this is what it should look like. That was just done because we were integrating Desperate Times scenario with it, and my god. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, same architecture, same pieces of material in the same place, the same pieces of brick going up the same way, but no, I've not even scratched the surface with this one because I saved it as a quick glance after I looked in the video. It's using the same fucking texture, and I don't mean just like it's been slapped on and stolen. I mean it's using the same fucking brick texture, the same concrete texture that I mean, look, it's right there, fucking plain as day. I mean, look, do I need to point out any fucking more than I already am doing that these assets are mine? They're part of a project that I've been working on for 4 fucking years, and I've almost finished it thanks to the, pushing it, going through it all, pouring sweat and blood, drinking countless litres of fucking coffee over 4 fucking years, streaming me build these fucking assets for 4 fucking years straight, and then some prick comes along, some civil engineer that I am player quoting at the minute because, no, you're fucking not a civil engineer, you're a fucking thief, and let me put it to you this way, if your fucking employers do see this video, I would be questioning your fucking capability as an artist, because clearly you shouldn't be working in that sector, because you are stealing from another artist who is pointing out everything that you've stolen. Exactly, it is bloody hell. It is bloody effing fucking hell. I am that pissed off about it. I have been compiling all of this for the past God knows how many months, and this arsehole is still bloody denying it to this very fucking moment that this asset work is mine. I have proven it through this entire stream, despite the hiccups at the beginning, that I have built everything that you see, that I have got the evidence on my own YouTube account as well as my own Facebook account where I've been doing all the streaming for the past 4 years, and I continue to do so. The textures match up completely. The fucking mesh is exactly the same. I mean, what more proof do I need to throw at them? You can bloody shove any fucking RTX bollocks on from the Unreal 5 engine as much as you fucking want, but it doesn't detach or deter the fact that this is my work. This is what the project work has been all about. This is what the project has always wanted to be. And somebody has gone and fucking stolen it all and not given credit to the project in the first place. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what's pissed me off the most. Because I've not even fucking finished yet. Going to completely shit over this. And just so an FYI, I don't think he's actually mould any of these vehicles that he's been showing off. I think he's stolen them from fucking Google SketchUp. I think he's stolen them from the fucking game, which I can actually prove. But this is the one I wanted to point out, because this isn't the only project he's been stealing the texture files from. Okay, so this is their rendition of the RPD's briefing room. You know, it would look great. It looks fantastic when you realise that they've actually stolen it from fucking Darkside Chronicles or maybe Umbrella Chronicles. That's why the textures sort of match up. But no. That can machine is very fucking familiar. And I'm going to point out why it's so fucking familiar right now. Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to go back into that one. Very simple. Right and done. So, I want to go into here. I want to go into my scene files. Let me remember, was it RPD East Hallway version 2? I think that might have been it. So let's just, yeah, this is the one. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little history lesson here before I reveal it. So, exactly, public domain assets, other words, stolen. Other words, somebody's obviously might have modelled it, might have uploaded it, whatever. The fact of the matter is, he didn't model it, and he can keep pulling this bullshit as much as he wants. Anywho, I actually did a project earlier. This was literally, we finished this project, me and my friend Armandel, we did this project before we went on to do the Resident Evil 3 Revisited project. We started that a month or two after we finished this one, and the project that we did was we rebuilt every room from Resident Evil 1.5, what we could build, what we then have to fill in with gaps, because I'll explain a bit more how I did that in a bit. But, isn't it funny, innit? I mean, you could say they were twins separated from birth, because it doesn't matter what you shove it on, whether you change it on a different asset, that's my fucking texture is stolen. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. I know I've said this for months, I've ranted on about it for months. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to fucking see who's fucking stealing from who, considering that there's one more bit of evidence I can throw at this. Yes, I know, it's... Wait a minute. Wait, oh my god! Jesus, bloody hell, I haven't seen you in years. What the hell have you been up to? See, I don't forget people, but yeah, you're right. Is you have to deal with them, it's true. But, the thing is, I'll explain a bit more in a minute. The fact of the matter is, this whole fucking fiasco, as I'm calling it, has always come along because somebody can't be truthful, and I'm sick and tired of it. So, just because I'm being a bit of a bitch... Oh, look, there's my coffee fucking thing as well. See, this is what I mean. I can point out exactly what I've modelled. Wait a minute. Wait, hang on, did I leave that deliberately in there? I left a lot of booking defects in some of my stuff just so I could point it out. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, there's probably other assets in there that are mine, but I know the fucking textures and that and everything because I built the fucking things. And that, I'm assuming, is mine because that's from the warehouse. In fact, I think the entirety of it's just been gutted out and shit's been thrown in. In other words, to literally make it look like theirs, but it won't change that fact. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the lovely conversation I had with him. Yeah, this. So I've already translated this. My responses are all there, and I've just literally screen grabbed it just in case he tries to change it and remove it. So basically, to translate it all, he called me a plagiarist. Now, and also said that I was stealing assets from Capcom. Now, as I already mentioned this right at the beginning, Capcom don't have these assets anymore. They lost them all when they didn't archive them. This is why the Resident Evil Remake HD Remaster didn't have any upscaled, repurposed renders for the backgrounds because they didn't have the original assets to do it. Whereas with Resident Evil 0 they did, so that one's more the definitive remaster than the HD one. This is when they also said at the time that they didn't have any of the original assets from the first Core 3 games. So... Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. Oh, awesome, yeah. Oh, I'm not too bad. I've come a long way since the model porting days, that's for bloody sure. And yeah, I don't forget names. This is why I was like, wait a minute, I recognise that name a mile away. Yeah, I know people. This is a buddy of mine. This is DJ Goddery. I think I pronounced that right. God, I remember Gmod's scene with all the modding and stuff, and yeah, I remember it all. Yeah, but as long as you're keeping up with all your music and stuff, awesome. In fact, now that I know that you're on here, I'm going to have to look at that stuff. So it's just a little reunion, this is awesome. Right. Anyway, like I mentioned, the stuff doesn't exist anymore. So the entire premise behind my motivation for this project, as well as Armandel's, that was my collaborative friend, like I said, one of my best friends who we worked collaboratively with this project for, is to make it so that is archived, that the entire assets are there for whatever use, because that was the intention from the get-go. I was to build them, they were to put in public domain, that's the end of it. Because Capcom don't have them anymore, and now, according to this idiot, I'm a plagiarist, so I came up with 2 theories which are so fucking out there, off the ball, helter-skelter, mind-blowingly bullshit, and yeah, I mean, there's only 2 theories. I'm either a time traveller who can time travel back to 1999 and steal the assets from Capcom, or I'm a very fluent, very intelligent 12-year-old child who worked at Capcom when he was 12 years old, and none of those fucking things are right. It's not true, because I'm going to show exactly how we built these, because why the fuck not? So, I will open up the original starting area from RE3 because it's just easier to work with. So, by the way, all these files you see and all these Maya binaries are all the original master files from where all these assets came from. These are mine. These are the ones I've built. They're all separate. I can do whatever the hell I want with them because they're mine at the end of the day. Anyway, let's start with this. So, this is where I got to you should have the cameras in, shouldn't it? God, please let the cameras be this one. Ah, there they are. So why aren't they? Why aren't you? Is it that one? Brilliant. Right, okay. So, Gmod, back in the Gmod days when it was all about porting and not actually modelling stuff. They were simpler times, and now it's a lot more serious and more edgy, as it were. So anyway, what I need to do now is mention my friend Mortician in all of this, because the guy needs to be given the credit, because without any of his help, without any of the stuff that I'm about to show you, none of this work would have been possible from the get-go. So I'm going to introduce you to a little tool of ours. Yeah, here we go. I'll just wait, hang on, does that one? Yeah. So as you can see, yeah, honestly, the thing is, the dark side only goes in if it's like fan art, because people will use your assets. Yeah, I've had it happen before with Gmod. This sort of stuff happens whether you've modelled it or you've ported it. People will steal it, people will claim the credit for it, and then because you're still alive and you've modelled it and can prove it, and you try and point it out, they will basically bloody do whatever it takes to derail it. In my case, I was told to basically go fuck myself and was given the middle finger because apparently I didn't model this stuff. And as I've been going through with it and proving it time and time again that yes, I did model this stuff, yes, this is how it is, this is how I can point it out, this is how I can prove you've stolen my work. Now get off your high horse, grow a pair of fucking balls and actually model the stuff that you've stolen from me, and then you can claim it as your own then instead of stealing it off another artist. Anyway, this is what I was getting to. So, like I said, I have to thank my friend Mortician for this, because as I mentioned beforehand, I am the co-admin of the Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 modding forums. Martin Biohazard, or Dark Biohazard as he used to be known, I just know him as Martin because he's my friend. He is obviously known for his 1.5 hacks, all the crazy shit he's done over the years. Trust me, he's been more of a really positive influence for me, as well as Mortician was. Mortician left the scene good few years ago, but he was it wasn't just my buddy who we worked on, but he was my teammate. You see, we were part of Team 96, and if people want to look it up, they can do, but we were working on a complete total conversion mod known as Resident Evil Distant Memories, and It was at the time one of the first unique original Total Conversion mods because we were trying to tell our own story. It was going to be an original story involving Barry and Rebecca, and it wasn't going to involve the BSAA because, as far as we were concerned, that wasn't canon to our canon because we wanted to keep it as close to the original style of the game. So there's a whole lot of backstory to that we actually wrote, but that isn't what this is about. So anyway, Mortician himself wrote a set of tools. These tools allow us to import the camera data, the collision data, basically the entirety of any room data from the actual games. And with the tools that he created, we can modify stuff, we can create our own rooms essentially. That was the plus point for the project. And obviously, because the project was cancelled, there's a whole dark, shitty story that I'm not going to repeat at the minute, but it's a long, fucked up story, and it's a sad one because the project was scrapped. We cancelled the project because we lost our passion for doing it. And again, it was ego, it was idiocy, it was people thinking that they could just basically push us around, stalk us online, harass us, smear against us, and all that bollocks, and in the end, we just all gave up on it. Anyway, one of the things he told me to do, because he created these tools, was to keep working with them, keep using them, so that all the work he did wouldn't be in vain. And from that point onwards, I have used these tools. Like I said, they allow us to import the camera data. So what this allows us to do is to literally import the camera data, build every asset to be exactly 95 to 99% accurate to the original render data, with a few slight hiccups, a few instances of errors, like in case of scale and the perception and the FOVs, certain ones don't work. And literally, this is how I've pieced together all of these works, how everything was built. And like I said, this was basically just to keep on what I said I would do for Mortician's sake, was to keep the project going, to use these tools for the better for the community. So not only do I do custom stuff, which I haven't done in a while, this is how the project has been worked. It's how the 1.5 project worked and how that got finished, although that was using a lot of the latest stuff, but that's a whole different story, which I might go over at one point in the future. This, on the other hand, like I said, was used for this, and that is how all of these assets look exactly the same, more or less. There's a few differences. There's a lot of references that are going to be lost on me because I'm not Japanese. I was a kid in the 90s. A lot of us were probably 90s kids. We grew up with all the pop culture and everything else. So there is a few things in there. You know, for example, in the Stagler gas station's interior, there's a California Dreams picture on one of the calendars, and obviously we know that was a drama, sitcom, whatever the hell it was, because I never actually watched it as a kid, but apparently it was a big show in the States in the 90s, I wouldn't know. But there's all kinds of little pop culture references, including the DeLorean from Back to the Future. But like I said, a lot of the references, a lot of the, like posters, for example, like here, well, of course you can't see it because obviously I've got my mesh there, but let me see if I can get it up actually. It's actually a very interesting, let's see, would it be on 10? No, that's the starting map. 11, no, that's that angle. 12? No, okay. 5, no, 6. Where the hell is that one at then? Hang on, let me just check this. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Right, let me just check this. Because I'm pretty sure this is... Right, what camera are you? Number 9, so if I go into here, hit 9. Okay, so if I flip off my texture into wireframe... there we go. So here's one example of an obscure reference that obviously I don't get. Carl T. Obviously, it's... What I learned from a guy who actually knew a lot of the background artists and also talked to the scenario writer for Resident Evil 3, the original. He actually said that a lot of the artists actually tagged their rooms to indicate that they were the ones that modelled it, which I still think is cool because it's like, well, what references are these? Which ones are they? I'm not sure that Carl T actually is one, but I know that Mugilite, or Mugilite as it's pronounced, which is the light blend, the torch, whatever Americans refer to them as, I wanted to say lightsaber then, but no, that's not what it is. But hopefully you know what I mean. Torches, lights. Mugi Light is actually a tag of an artist. A lot of people think that it's a fictional brand in the universe, but it's actually a tag of one of the artists that worked on the backgrounds. So I've actually put that in mine just as a tribute because, like I said, I mean I've said this a lot in the past, but everyone goes, you know, the favourite characters are Jill, Claire, Leon, blah blah blah. But for me, the actual character, the main characters in the old games, is always the environment. So in terms of Resident Evil 3, it's Raccoon City is the main character because every room tells a story. It's a story of a city of ruin. It tells a story of survivors getting killed. It's barricaded alleys. It's blood smears all over the place. It's broken glass. It's the broken down parts of the RPD. It's the nailed on doorways so that nothing can get in or out. It's friggin' Nemesis chasing you around and putting the shits up you. It's that sort of stuff that resonates with me, and this is what like saddened me a lot when Capcom said we don't have the original assets anymore. So that's why me and Armandel decided to do this project. It was to preserve it, to archive it, and I know a lot of people have asked me is, why are you archiving this stuff? Why are you building it if people are just going to shit all over you for doing it? And the answer is simple, because I have a passion for this. And these rooms, like I said, I have effectively been building them. I've literally dreamed these rooms. I've walked around them. I've felt all of the little nooks and crannies. I've felt these wooden pallets, for example. I've walked past that fucking bloody metal bin that's open. I've felt the arms clawing through because we've all had those memories, but to have them up close, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. There's so many little Easter eggs that Capcom themselves are putting, and we've only scratched the surface with all the stuff we've done. And like I say, to have all that lost to the fact that no company back then archived their own assets, it's a blow. As an old school fan, as a modder who's semi-retired, as somebody who's obviously got a lot of love and passion for 3D art, it's a lot to take in. It's why I built these things. It's why I continue to do so. It's why I'm almost at the end of the project. It's because I want it to be finished. And obviously, because of this arsehole and his fucking, oh, I modelled it all, you didn't, fuck you didn't model anything, the project's gone private. So the latter half of the park, the entirety of the Dead Factory, it won't be released in public domain, and the main reason is because people are stealing these assets, aren't crediting the project, which is all we ever wanted in the first place, and are just basically giving me the middle finger and telling me to fuck myself, or that I am a spoilt child who is just trying to get attention, or it's a case of I want my 15 minutes of fame because my ego is so far at my ass. And the truth of it is, no it fucking isn't. I'm pointing out what assets are mine, what the project has done, and how pretty much every fan remake at the minute is using these assets, even if they deny it or not. And this is literally the reason why I'm doing this video, because usually I'm doing streams. I was supposed to have set one up, but this has pissed me off so much. I've been gathering all the evidence, and this is it. This is the whole middle finger to the fucking arsehole who keeps trying to lie through people's teeth. And let's put it to you this way. If you are watching this video, you insignificant piece of shit, you've got two options, two basic options, and we all know which one you're going to fucking take. But the first one is simple. You can keep feigning ignorance. You can keep denying that I modelled these and that you've stolen them off me as part of the project. You can keep basically middle fingering me. You can keep slapping beautiful, RTX style Unreal 5 shaders and say, look at the work I've done, but the fact of the matter is I'll just go, you did fucking nothing. You can keep denying it, and every time you upload something, I will be there and I will point out exactly what you didn't fucking model. The other option is simple. You get your balls out of your fucking purse and you man the fuck up and you admit that you stole these assets, because you did. I have proven it in this video, this stream. I've done it live because I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it live. Why do a pre-recorded one that I could just edit? I'm doing this live. It's been done live. It's been going on now for, I don't even know, an hour? Fucking hell, right. Yeah, exactly. This is the reason why I did this project with Richard Mandel, my collaborative buddy, one of my best friends. This is the reason why we did this. It was to preserve everything. in its as almost close to the original form as possible, which is why everything looks so accurate. But it's 95 to 99% because I'll never get it to 100 because there's just so many weird, obscure things that happen. Like some of the angles don't match up correctly. I had to auto adjust all of them myself. Again, the references for some of the textures are lost on me because I'm not a Japanese developer. I'm just a British person who built these things up, who fell in love with the series as a teenager. I'm 33 now and I still love these games, and not one person's going to fucking change that. Not one person. And like I said, this is the project. I do it out of like memory. Well, he hasn't passed on or anything. I hope to God he hasn't. Mortician left. He left the community years ago. He was the sole reason why this project even exists, why these assets even exist in the first place. Because yes, I modelled them, I built them, but I wouldn't be able to do it without the blueprints, which were the tools that I've used, the camera data from the actual RDTs, for custom rooms that I haven't shown of my own. It's building the collision data, it's working within the original games engine, which, it's a challenge within itself. And like I said, I did it out of respect for Mortician because I said I'll keep using these tools, and I've continued to do so, and I will continue to do so because that's the kind of person I am. The problem with that, though, is they have no intention of improving it. I've proven it literally on here. They're just using the same textures, they're using the same assets, and they're claiming that they're theirs. And like I pointed out with the newspaper machine, it's actually got a tag of one of my friends on there, one of the guys I know in the community, and it's still on the texture. It's like I deliberately put all these little things in because I'm the only one that knows where they're at, because I'm the one that built them. And it's literally gotten to a point, like I said, where it's pissed me off that much, and I've ranted and raved, and I said I'd vowed to do this fucking video, and this is it. I've literally gone all full-blown, pin out a grenade, tossed the fucking thing, and this is the result. So like I said, because I know they are working on a demo, and I know they're going to release it, and they're going to get all this praise for doing fuck all, and I'm not going to have it. So if you want to help out with that, it's simple really, because as soon as it comes out, get the link to this stream. Obviously it won't be live, link it in the community, post it to everybody you know, the Resident Evil communities you're a part of, and let them see just how little effort they've put in, and basically how they are committing plagiarism against an artist. Because it is literally the case. He points the finger at me, he calls me a plagiarist. I turn around and go, I'm not a fucking plagiarist, because a plagiarist steals assets and art from another artist who's put all the effort in, so that would make them the plagiarist, and it's the truth. And the worst thing about all this is there's even video footage of when he first started this project, which he's using all of these assets, every single one of them, and it completely pisses me off because they're not giving me the credit for it. Because again, it's in public domain, so anybody has access to it, apart from the fact when it's the artist pointing it out and basically saying you've done absolutely nothing, and then he's basically told to fuck himself because you didn't model it. The joke, the fucking irony, the fucking piss takes, the amount of shit I've gone through, being called everything from a fucking child who is just wanting attention. It's like, no, it's called common fucking courtesy. I am pointing out every flaw, every little inconsistency when it comes to these, because I've built them. I can prove it. I've proved it with this video, and I'll continue to fucking prove every little shitty thing that they point out and they keep releasing. And the fact of the matter is, just so that we're all clear on this, that's the render, so we don't need that anymore. That was just me pointing at this, is what I wanted. Not that, that was just my previous stuff. Let's see if it's on here. Did I actually leave it in? No, I didn't get a clear picture. But this RPD mesh that's here, the front, the exterior, is actually a model that I know that was modelled by an artist who we put in public domain. So they've not actually modelled anything. And I wouldn't be surprised if that fire truck is from the remake, because this is all they do. They have literally gone into every archive of every asset that's been created and they've stolen it. And like I said with this video, I've pointed out literally what stuff is mine,
what's been stolen, and how they continue to lie about it. But as they say over here in the UK, the proof is in the fucking pudding. I've fucking proven it. I don't even have to justify it anymore, because that's what I wanted to do with this little stream. So, yeah. I can pretty much end it now. I've pretty much gone over every little inconsistency. If I want to go over it more, I'll do it at a later date. So, while I'm here, is anybody wanting to ask a question? Anything at all? Can literally throw anything at me. Ask me any crazy question. I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. No, I haven't done the mansion from RE1. I don't know if we'll actually ever cover Resident Evil 1. I know there is an artist that's actually done them all, who uploaded them all. I mean, I would only be going over it all, more of a rebuild and trying to rebuild every texture and everything. So I don't know anything about that yet, because we're still in like the planning phase of what we might potentially do after it. I don't know if there even will be a project after this, but I'm crossing my fingers we might do something. Because, like I said, I've still got a lot of the Resident Evil 3 stuff to finish. It's not just the last 2 rooms in the park that I'm going to be doing, and then the whole Dead Factory. There is the broken parts of the clock tower's front, the broken version of the interior of the main hall, the graveyard after the gravedigger breaks through, and then I want to tackle it. Because there's not that much to it, but I want to tackle the main street that's seen in the beginning FMV as well, which is where the Jefferson National Bank is. Because I've got enough, FMV rendered, FMV grabs from the cutscene itself. I might be able to replicate and rebuild. I mean, that's an idea, but we'll see how it goes with that. Because other than that, I've built everything else. I mean, we even did an Outbreak scenario. We did the entirety of the Hive, which we released as well, because we thought, well, we're at the hospital, we're doing the RE3 version, fucking let's add the Outbreak version as well. Dino Crisis. Thing about Dino Crisis is we can't extract the original data for 2, which we know is using pre-renders. It's a little bit different in terms of the file format the engine uses, and Dino Crisis uses, 3D data. I mean, we could rebuild those with a higher polygon budget. I could do that. Wouldn't be that hard to do, but it's still early days for any other plans after that, but who knows. So literally, if you're interested in this project, which I know obviously a lot of you are, because you've all been following it through whatever background you have. Oh, thanks, honestly. Yeah, I mean, don't ever give up on what you want to do. If you want to tinker in Unity, do it. I've done a bit in Unity. I've got a few years worth of experience in that. I've got countless experience within the Unreal Engine, because that's what I had to do. Because one thing I haven't mentioned is I actually studied at university computer games design. I'm actually a games designer with a degree. I got a combined honours degree in it, and I specialise in 3D art. That's my section, my main thing I can do. But the stuff we had to cover was like writing design documentation, pitch documentation, creating 3D assets for all of that. We had to do, one of the things we actually had to do was IP law as well, understanding the concept of intellectual property and how we don't technically can do anything. If we try and do stuff as part of an IP, we can't actually do it without being cease and desisted and getting lawyers involved. This is why Nintendo, as notorious as they are, every fan goes on about how evil they are as a company, but at the end of the day, they're protecting their intellectual property. They have by law to do that, and that's how they do it. That's how it's enforced. I mean, I know Capcom are a lot more lax, but as soon as somebody starts getting money from, doing a fan project... Oh, and by the way, shock horror this group of people who are stealing the work that I've been building on as part of the project are actually getting funding for this as well, which they can't do because they don't have access to intellectual property. They haven't actually licensed it from Capcom. What they're doing is illegal. So you've learnt something else there today. But yeah, if you, like I say, these projects interest you and everything else interests you, feel free to subscribe to this place if you haven't already. We'll go through all the streams, because at the minute I am re-uploading all of my old streams from, from back in 2017 when I started this project with Richard Mandel, and we've been continuing it now up to 2021. In fact, the funny thing is, when I've been going on my Facebook account, it's literally come up with memories from 4 years ago, and it's all the frigging renders, it's the video file from the stream I did, and it's like, Christ, have we already been working on this for 4 years already, and we're almost at the end, finally. So, yeah, it's a crazy thing. Don't know what the hell we're going to do after that, but we did do the Hive, because like I said, we thought, sod it, let's do it. So the entirety of the Hive is out there that I went and did, remodeled all of those in higher poly budget. I even used an AI algorithm image enhancer that took those textures and upgraded them. I honestly couldn't say anything about 1.5 because I don't work on that anymore. Martin is in the process of updating a patch. This is all I know, and it's supposed to be coming out at Christmas in time for everybody to enjoy. I have seen some images of it. I've seen the progress that him and Juvenile have been doing, and it is looking pretty fucking awesome, if I'm being honest with you. So anybody who's waiting for it will not be disappointed. But I know Martin's busy. He's tinkering away like he is. I think of him as the architect from The Matrix because he's that crazy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff he's done now, I mean, he's literally got the entire game in there. It's just a minus few bits and pieces that he can't get in because of limitations with what he's got, which is a shame because obviously if he had a much later build than what was leaked, maybe we could finish it off. I mean, hell, we'd have more assets to work with then. But yeah, that's all I know about 1.5 because, like I said, I'm a semi-retired modder. I don't mod anymore. I quit years ago. I mean, I'm only on there now as an admin, and an admin on the Discord itself, as a favour to Martin, and just to keep the modding community active, even though technically I don't mod anymore. So yeah. But like I said, with your Unity stuff, if you want to tinker with it, you go for it. You keep doing what you do. You'll learn something, pick it up, keep tinkering, because, nothing is wasted if you put your mind to it. If you keep tinkering away and learn things and bits and pieces, as long as you're learning something and you're picking stuff up, that's a good thing. This is how half this stuff actually exists. It's just patience. It's copious litres of caffeine in your system from coffee. It's all that crazy stuff, but it all works. Yeah, true. Yeah, back in the day, bloody hell, 10 years ago, what the hell would that have been? 2011? Good God. Christ, 2011? Christ, I think we didn't even have half the tools we had back then. Hell, 1.5 wasn't even leaked then. It was just, it'll be there, we just don't know when. And then it turned up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, because I am co-admin, obviously I know a bit about the modding community, about like during the storm, because Resi Evil Nemesis, I mean, he posts stuff up on the actual modding community forum when he's tinkered away, or he's showing off stuff, because I know everybody in social media is posting about that. All the other guys that do work, and there's quite a few. I know Biohazard Espana, he's doing stuff, or BH, he is, his YouTube channel is. I know he's tinkering with Resident Evil Survivor modding and hacking at the minute, which nobody's done yet. He's taking that as a challenge. He's doing quite good with that, actually. And he's doing all kinds of weird stuff with RE2, like re-implementing the Shadow Survivors DLC from the remake of 2, actually in the original Resident Evil 2 with the little gumball machine and everything. And he's actually making it work like it does in the remake, which is cool. So much stuff going on in the modding community, and it was like not even half the stuff that we had back then. We can do this stuff now, but it's understanding all the acrid PS1 bloody operation code language, which is like trying to basically read double Dutch. It's not a joke. like, I can't believe I literally ranted and raved for like an hour. Then again, I needed to get off Steam. I had to literally nail that son of a bitch right here and then. Like I say, next thing I'll be doing, probably be tomorrow because I'll be setting up a stream, but I won't be doing it with my microphone because otherwise I can't have music playing when I do it. Because this stupid bloody microphone headset thing has to go into both audio jacks, so I can't even have headphones in to listen to music. I need to get a better microphone, which I'm going to invest in at some point. But for now it's going to be this, but I will be starting on the next room tomorrow, which will be the little passageway that links Lynn's Promenade to the gated locked fence, which would lead to the walkway which ends the park and it begins the Dead Factory. So that's where we're going to be going now, and that's where I'll be starting this week as of tomorrow, potentially, if I get the time. So that's what I'll be streaming tomorrow, if I get the time to do, anyway. So yeah. If you got any more questions, like I said, just throw them at me, I'll try and answer them. Probably go for another, 9 minutes maybe, finish off at an hour and a half. I think I've pretty much got what I wanted out of my system, and that's the end of it. I don't have to say any more. Honestly, don't be afraid, just ask it. Brilliant. Yeah, I noticed that you keep popping in every now and then, leaving a comment saying you like the music and that, which is brilliant. Yeah. So, as I say, I do read comments, I do read them when people put them in. 9 times out of 10 I like it and then reply back to it anyway, but you know what I mean. I do read comments. Because I like to see what people, what it is that interests them about it, what they sit for. I mean, like you say, this is all these streams are only literally coming out in response to all this shit that I've gone through, because originally what I wanted to do was to just get all of it streamed, all of it set up, all the project finished, and then I was going to do these edits so that all these 8 videos, which were about 3 hours long each, would be just maybe 20 minutes of that. But I mean, that's we'll get round to it sort of phase. I want to get this project finished as it is, and since almost done. So yeah, should be some good stuff coming. Especially when I get to the Dead Factory, because everyone's ranting and raving about, God, when are you going to get to the Dead Factory? That's the place we want to see built, so can't disappoint these folk. I know that they love that sort of stuff, so yeah, we're going to get there. And then it'll be done. And then I'll probably lose my sanity going through it all, and well, we'll see, because I know those rooms are going to be so many polygons. I thought trees were bad enough. Then it's going to be literally, when I was thinking, it's like the end part when you got to fight Nemesis. Yeah, it is. But there's going to be so much stuff. Like I said, the end part with Nemesis, and the breaks in the walls, the soldiers, the weapons that are all discarded, the frigging sword of Pericles, which I'm going to have to model entirely, the entire thing, with cables and batteries and everything. So I'm kind of dreading that at this point, but that's just the way it goes. Oh God. Ooh. I'm actually thinking, I don't think any of them are going to be that hard after that. It's just that one, because it's such a big bloody room. I mean, Christ, it's even big in the frigging board game. Its frigging tile size is bigger than any of the other bloody ones, and that's just crazy as it is. And also, if anybody hasn't played the board game, you owe it to yourself to get Resident Evil 3 the board game when it does come out, because it's brilliant. Sort of like Steam Forge advertising there. It's a great fucking board game. The 2 board game is brilliant. I just thought I'd bring them up for the hell of it. So yeah. And just so you know, this is a little in-joke that I just thought I'd end with this here. Because I was going to pre-record this, I was literally going to have the Bulk and Skull theme from Power Rangers playing. Because I have no intention of monetizing off this. So that's what I intentionally wanted to have as the music playing. Just like, literally, this is the dumb fucker who keeps trying to think that he can steal assets. And here is how he can't. So yeah. That's pretty much what the end result would have been before I decided to go, no, you know what, I'm going to do it live. It's the first time I ever used this bloody microphone to do a live frigging thing where I've been talking about it, a bit of experience here and there, the history of what I've done as an RE fan, how I continue to do so, and we'll get there. So, I think I can end it here, unless anybody wants to ask anything else. Alright, if you don't, just leave it for one more minute and then I'll just disintegrate, go off on my merry way and see what I need to do apart from get something to eat and drink. Oh, I didn't see that. Have a look up in here. Maybe you could check it out. Yeah, I can check it out. Don't worry. I'll look it up after I'm finished up on here, which will be in next couple of minutes. Might as well just go for that, and then I'll check it out, and then I'll give you some feedback. No problem. The funny thing is, I've just got a new pair of glasses today, so I should be able to read all of this. Oh God. Oh dear. Oh well. There you go. Guess my eyes are still adjusting to it. No, no problem. No problem at all. Right then, I guess I shall finish up here, because my throat is killing me now, because I didn't think I'd be going off ranting like a lunatic. Oh no, wait, I knew I'd be ranting like a lunatic, because that's the sort of person apparently I am. Anyway, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your days, evenings, wherever you are in the world. Marshall, I'll take a look at your work, no problem, and I'll get back to you on that. Rich Greenman. It's Rich, right? I'm pretty sure that's... yeah, I think... Tell me if I'm wrong with that later on, but I will catch you later on the First Aid Spray, Discord, wherever I bump into you at. So yeah, have a good day, guys. Good rest of the evening, whatever. Take care of yourselves. Fight the good fight. Chill out. You too, buddy. You too, and I'll be checking your YouTube out because you ain't got away from me that easily. So, see yous all later. Have fun.